replacement pool this time around. Exporting is going to be the first pick here. I think they're willing to give up. They're willing to give up the Grok over to Deus Vult.
Yeah, and the Masha pick as well. I think that they have quite a good answer towards how to deal with Masha, right?
You gotta think about it this way, because if they take Masha, they're giving over carry over to Evos Legend. So now it's like, okay, what can I deal with, and how do I keep this under wraps?
Yeah,
like,
there's still the Granger as well, but if let's say
it's not as bad.
It's not as good because why? The reason why, if let's say they force Deus to get like carry or Granger, right, or whatever marksman, they can still go for the Lolita Chang'e, which works out a lot here. I've had a lot of problems in pub games as well, where this Lolita just blocks so much damage, so much utilities, where you just can't close up the games.
Yeah, I love that they go for the Kaja here. It's smart, however, there's not a lot of ways to play around it. This kind of opens up the map a little bit more for Evos to kind of be like, okay, they've locked in their tanks, what can we kind of set ourselves up for in terms of the mage, or maybe even the marksman section?
In this division, Kaja is something you gotta worry about here. Like, I'm not sure that they're gonna prioritize picking the Diggy here coming from Evos Legends, but there are a lot of heroes that can actually deal with the Kaja. In this case, without the Kufra, I'm a little bit worried here just because they have so much catch potential. But seems to me, Masha is gonna be a safer pick here. Harith also being secured, considering that Kufra is out here. So Evos Legends, I don't think they're afraid of Esmeralda. But if they do pick an Esmeralda from Deus Vult here, I feel like it completely destroys the whole point of having the Kaja's Divine Judgment Magic Resistance burst down alongside with the Esmeralda, which kind of like does it over time though.
Yeah, and I think Evos are just putting more threats on the table, because now Deus Vult has to decide like, oh boy, like how do I want to deal with this? Do I want to lock in the carry? Do I want to take away a counter pick? Or do I want to make sure I have a Badang this time round to deal with the Masha if they wanted to? Because again, they can hold up for the fighter role instead of using him as a replacement for a scaling marksman. It's like, okay, you've got options here. Where does Deus Vult kind of want to point their draft direction?
Tamus is still available, but it seems to me it's going to be a Cho, considering that Cho was banned in the first game, right? So this time it's pretty confirmed that this is going to be an offlane Cho, and we saw 10-second gaming with the offlane Cho just racking people all the way through against Audic PH.
Yep, same as Evil Esports, and I think overall, like, I'm surprised that Cho isn't picked up more often, like, considerably, like, his ban rate isn't that high, 7%, 27% pick rate, but has a 34% win rate overall. Like, he's not doing too well in the tournament.
Your team is
banning. And definitely here, but speaking of which, Masha going to be prioritized here. Evos Legends pretty much, they know that Deus Vult don't exactly play the Masha. So Evos Legends, they are going to be sticking towards their meta again, prioritizing those Masha first picks, and it's definitely worked out for them, and not sure exactly how they're going to be pulling this off. However, Deus Vult, what are they going to do here? Like, there's no tanks here from side Evos Legends. There's still a lot of tanks in the pool. Grok and Kaja, they pretty much just limited themselves. So what kind of tanks do they ban to just kind of like... Oh yeah, I feel like the Hylos is great.
Ban out. I think they might want to consider banning out. Ooh.
Oh wow, the Valia support, right? They had a lot of problems where, remember how the Badang tried to dive in and easily gets pushed back. So I think they want to go for the Badang pick once again. But unlikely I want to see it. Honestly speaking, I don't want to see it.
Personally, I was thinking like getting rid of the Lolita and picking up Chang'e for themselves or something like that to kind of have some options, but I guess they might want to hold up for a little bit more. Esmeralda is still on the table, mind you. This is an interesting draft because still, there is, even though we've gone 3 picks into it, there are still so many options. They decide to go for something with a little bit more range. They're willing to deal with a carry.
Yeah, speaking of Esmeralda as well, I think it's more like, because they picked the Granger, they can still hold on to Esmeralda, right? But if Evos Legends goes for the Lolita, this is where the Esmeralda final pick makes sense from the side of Deus Vult, if and only if they actually go for it. But Evos Legends, Johnson,
hovering over Johnson.
This,
if they lock in Johnson, I'm out of here. I don't think it's gonna happen. But if it actually happens, I would really like to see how they end this game, because I'm literally gonna walk over and I'm gonna be screaming at Zays.
No, you can literally walk over to the Malaysian class and then just talk to them a little bit more there.
No, I'm not gonna blame some of the music class. I'm gonna 100% blame it on their code. I'm gonna be real mad if they lock in the Johnson. But it's not gonna be that way. They're gonna lock in the Chang'e as well as the Baxia this time around. They want something that's difficult to peel off, and more importantly, have a great engage option to kind of let the rest of the team go. But, you know, when you have something like the Export, it's going into that support position. This is going to be an interesting game. Let me say that at the very least.
Well, honestly speaking, I think, like, I'm not a big fan of the support position Xborg.
He can
But
dive. He's
the
great
only-
at diving.
The only reason why I say it's okay is because right now, if you think about the overall team's synergy composition, right, we've always focused on like double tanks, right? But if you think about like Xborg as a 0.5 tank, and you think Masha is like a 0.5 tank, but add with Baxia, it's kind of like 1 plus 0.5 is still a double set tank. It's just split up into 3 different heroes. So it's kind of like, if in terms of overall sharing, in terms of damage, in terms of team fights, it's still like a 50-50 thing, but it's how well they diversify the damage output here in most of the team fights later on.
Honestly, I don't mind, because now when you have something like an Xbox, they're like prepared to deal with the Esmeralda. If Esmeralda gets on top, he just needs to survive long enough, build up that gauge, and get that true damage slow to make sure she doesn't like chunk out the rest of the team. So they have a way to peel that Esmeralda even before they locked it in. They're like, okay, we get the Xbox, now we have options, and now we have Masha on top of that. It's like, I love the flexibility of the Xbox nowadays. But most importantly, like, this draft has just been absolutely great. Like, this is so great.
Yeah, and I like how we got into this rhythm here. We're just predicting and trying to understanding drafts, right? I like how, like, hey, they have held that, I think it was the Granger, right? And if they force themselves to get Lolita, here, this is going to be my response with the Esmeralda. It's great, but now I'm worried here. How do they deal with this Esmeralda? Do they deal with it early? Considering that they did not pick the highlights for the early engagements here, I feel like Esmeralda is going to scale really hard into a later stage. But if they find a way to just break the momentum and punish this one, like how they did in game number 1, they might actually pull this 2-0. However, ladies and gentlemen here, this is going to be game number 2 between Evos Legends going up against Deus Vult.
Yeah, this is a tough game. Evos Legends has two major win conditions overall. Deus Vult, on the other hand, they've got a number of good win conditions on their own, differing slightly because they have some great pick potential here with the as well as the Granger to kind of follow up. Zeka as well. Like, I mean, who doesn't remember the meta with Kaja as well as Cho always take quite a bit of damage here?
Wow. That's the thing about early aggression from Xbox, right? Like, as a tank, yeah, it's not super tanky, but he definitely had dished out a lot of zoning damage here. And in this case, Kaja felt first-hand from the side of Deus Vult in the name of Sabo.
Yeah, I don't like what they're doing here. I don't like the fact that Grok and Granger decided to do the buff before they caught the wave, or at least looked to cut the wave first, because they have that advantage. They saw where Xborg was, and it's like they could have made something happen. But the redemption code is up. I can't highlight it small. You want to get some of those free gifts here from the M1, where there you have it.
Yeah, am I allowed to like take out my phone to redeem here? But before that here, the river cap will get stolen from Happy here. Evos Legends was trying so hard to take the river cap, but immediately just walks off and gets stolen here. But on the bottom side here, Evos Legends, they have to contest this here. They've lost one, and they get another one for themselves. Unfortunately, actually fortunately for them, they got it from Rect.
They got it for Rect. I mean, they tried hard, but in the end, doesn't really matter. Like, it's just a river crab. Like, it's not as big of a deal as you would like it to be. It does deny a little bit of levels from Deus Vult.
Well, again, that's the thing, right? Linking Part will be happy in that attempt coming from Evos Legends, right?
Agreed. See how they... we were supposed to not acknowledge it. We're not just supposed to acknowledge it. Well, that was the point of the joke.
Well, how could you not? Chester Bennington, man, come on.
Amen. God bless his soul. But
I know.
Deus Vult is going to continue to play the game. They're slightly behind in terms of the gold. The River Crab is definitely going to have the carries hit their level 4s a lot earlier than they should have, but they're not looking to force out anything from Deus Vult just yet because, again, they have some great early potential.
Yeah, definitely here. But Turtle is pretty much exposed right now. Sorry, exposed. Just respawned here. The first Turtle just came out and Evos Legend.
The Turtle spawns and it's just like flipped over. It's like, now it's exposed. But yeah, as you mentioned, it is still up on the table for both of these sides. And again, a lot of respect coming in from Evos Legends. This is completely different than how they were playing against Onyx PH. Deus Vult really has garnered quite a bit of respect from Evos. Donkey is in trouble. He might be trapped. Oh, he quickly flickers on over.
Yeah, nicely done there coming from Donkey. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. A 0.5 tank. They distribute the tank, their tanking ability, right? First goes Donkey, now comes Harif. Apparently, he's going to try and tank through that. But unfortunately, you know, a little bit too near to his tier 1 here. Great catch coming from Deus Vult with the Divine Judgment. Luminaire going for the stun here. But Rek missing all the meteor shower here. He's going to be focusing on the buff instead here. So Luminaire Luminaire.
No way.
Will he actually disengage from this
way.
here? And now here comes the follow-up as well, the crush as there. Luminaire with the ultimate here, the turquoise for poise is there, and he somehow survives, and Rekt will be focused down instead. Zeka coming in, and they get one slain as well, and this will punish Evos Legends' overextension.
Exactly, yes. No one is allowed to do that. Boxia, he comes rolling back in. If we can get a replay of that, he comes rolling in just to deny the buff. They pop the meteor shower. It's like, okay, we stole the buff away. Let's walk on out of here. It's like, no, look at this replay. They get chased down from buff all the way to the end. Deus Vult, well played.
Yeah.
Just great punish.
Yeah, that's the thing here. But if they had the Harif available in that team fight here, things would be a little bit better. But like you said as well, Divine Judgment starting things off with Deus Vult here. Evos Legends was on the retreat. They got a little bit greedy here from side of Evos Legends.
Yeah, I think it was, I mean, it's a smart idea.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Deus Vult is just like, no, you got to show us more respect. Donkey in trouble, Firaga armor being broken up, but can they get the kill? Ooh, Starfall Moon falls down. Donkey is still alive. He holds on to his crutches. Luminaire is there to peel them off.
Yeah,
My goodness.
That's the thing, right? You saw how tanky he was. He was just like, you know, and now with the... You're going there.
We're going to gas leaks, cool. But Donkey, yeah, but honestly, the Firaga armor just makes him super effective. Like, I can go in, it breaks, I go invulnerable and roll out like it's a Death Sonata. Like, man, why you gotta do him like that?
Well, that's points of authority, my friend. But at the same time, Turtle, going to be exposed right now again. I'm not sure why he's exposed, but yeah, second Turtle being respawned here. Deus Vult going to be contesting about this here. Evos Legends, they're thinking about fighting his fight, but Zeka goes for the way of Dragon Dragon. Divine Judgment also splitting out the fight here from side Evos Legends here. And Deus Vult, they've got the Turtle buff. They want to fight this off, and Evos Legends forced to disengage in that team fight.
Great disengage. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised because it looked pretty good for both sides. And oh wait, no, Aura, he wants to get Sunset, but Sunset is like, no. Rondo's away, but Luminaire, he's kind of dashing around. Sawa is making sure he is keeping track of where Luminaire is. He's not going to get away with this. He's not going to allow them to get anywhere near Sunset. Sunset, he's going to recall. He's like, nah, don't want to get dove.
Yeah, Deus Vult here. They are trying to close up this game, but this seems like a repeat in game number 1 here because Evos Legends, they are waiting for the timing here, especially out on Donkey, Rekt, as well as Juan here before they actually go in for the next final kill. But can they drag this long enough here? Because Deus Vult here, they've got 2 Turtle buffs, and the next fight Turtle is going to be the deciding factor for both these teams potentially here.
Like, the thing about Deus Vult that's sort of lacking as of right now is they're not forcing outplays out of Evos Legends. They're just kind of reacting. They're playing reactively. They're making some good decision making. They're positioning themselves extremely well. However, I don't want to see a repeat of game 1. Ooh, Donkey taking quite a big chunk there.
Yeah, at the same time as well, they're saving the Divine Judgment for the right target as well. They've done a great job just shutting down Juan early on here. He's not 1 death, but right now, Juan, he needs to scale a little bit better, and that's what kind of like the objectives here coming from Evos Legends. But fortunately for them, they only lose 1 tier 1 after 6 minutes, but it's going to be a tough one here from Evos Legends. Just what they are closing in the gap in terms of pushing a couple of towers here, but like I said, again, trading 50-50s here. I'm surprised. Uh-oh.
He doesn't take it. He doesn't take it. Aura has 1 more health, but then the Jukundo, he might be able to get this kill. He has the Blade of Despair. Aura can't actually win this, even though he does have the Windtalker top side. Deus Vult holding still, and they actually get a kill on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, he actually flickered his way, reset the way of the dragon, and eventually commits here. However, Evos Legends, they have the retreat here, and immediately going for that fight here. I like what Deus Vult actually did there. Like, if you think about it, right, he was trying to bait rotations down bottom, but as soon as you see like 4 guys from side Evos Legends up top, you know what, I'm just going to take this freebie for myself.
Exactly, and he's got so much under his belt, man. He's got killing spree as well. Like, geez, this guy's confident he's going to get kills. He didn't even bother to take high try.
Yeah, if you think about it, right, Evos Legends is just not responding to what Deus Vult is trying to do here entire game. We saw a couple of rotations here, forcing a couple of plays here, but now Zeka with the Way of the Dragon kicks out the Harif again, but no fallout available. Will force the disengage, but once again, Deus Vult taking another total buff here. Luminaire is in some trouble, goes in for the Unity, and can he make it alive? The Granger, woohoo! Woohoo! The Fixo shot.
That was close.
almost. He dodges it on the whiff.
Yeah, and Zeka has to peel backwards as well. He's taking quite a bit of damage. He's waiting for the way of the dragon to come back up, and hopefully Aura doesn't get his passive back up to get a second health bar. Might not exactly matter, but we're just going to have to wait and see before he gets checked out. Oh, Harith is coming. They're going to dive on the bot side of the map. Zeka, he has to make the play. Can he actually do it? He has the way of the dragon. He does get it, but is it going to be enough? Zeka, he already used the ship ball twice. Second time, it's not going to be enough, but he buys just enough time for the rest of the team to catch the wave.
Well, unfortunately to say here, speaking of catching the wave, Koopy is thinking about diving on the Harry View. Here comes the follow-up. Oh no, they eventually take him down, and now here is going to be the punish here. Aura going to be responding, takes down the Kaja. Koopy is out of control. Where's the damage output here? Donkey has the Immortal, but it's only an export without proper damage items yet.
I'm surprised Kipi didn't want to actually, continue the chase. They know that Luminaire is on top side. I think the one person that they were worried about was where exactly the rest of the team was. And I don't know, he had the Falling Star Moon. He used the Flicker super early to keep the Falling Star Moon just in case something goes wrong. But he doesn't go for it. I mean, he does buy the Feather now. Hopefully he does make the play. 3K gold lead for Deus Vult. Evos Legends still just, chilling.
Yeah, that's the opening that Deus Vult actually needed here. Getting those kills, opening up the map a little bit more here. If you think about it, with the Feather, Koopy is coming up like this is Koopy's timing on the Esmeralda. Deus Vult is going to be able to do a lot of work here. Here comes a meteor shower from the side of Rex. Will he be able to punish Happy? And no, overextending. Here comes the save. But now the Devs on another. What a block from Donkey. What a save it did, but they will force out the Immortal. Will he be able to disengage properly here? However, on the bottom side as well, Zeka rematch round 2. Who's going to come on top? Zeka, you better run, boy. You better run.
He has the Jukundo back up. He's going to try it again, but Zeka, he can't disrespect Aura. Finally got a second item. They lose mid lane, and he dies for the team just so they can ensure that they lock down that mid-tier 1. They break top tier 1 as well. That's 2 turrets for themselves, 3-to-1 turret ratios.
Falling Star Moon doesn't connect onto Aura, and Aura is going to be A-okay. But I like this rematch here. This is like a rivalry between Aura versus Zeka for quite some time. But now Aura manages to go in for the bike back. Comeback is real for him. However, itemizations here, you can see Genius 1 and Ice Queen 1 up already available on Wrecked here on the Charm Earth.
I mean, just look at both Aura's as well as Zeka's item builds. Like, he's literally just lacking an Endless Battle. An Endless Battle is more expensive. The cost efficiency of both Demon Hunter's Sword as well as the second item was Wind Talker. It made him super effective. Oh, Donkey's in trouble. He's taking quite a bit of damage here. Is he going to get kicked? Yes, he does. Oh, he doesn't make it out of their way of the dragon. Locks him up, and now Luminaire is in trouble. Rex gets pulled over the wall. Deus Vult wants to win this. Yes, they are hungry, and now they net themselves 2 kills over Evos Legends.
Nice catch there coming from Deus Vult there. They went for the perfect setup, and Evos Legends, they were not prepared from this aggression, and now immediately transitioning in towards the Lord fight here. And Deus Vult, they're actually doing it here. Esmeralda is out of control here, but with the Kaja pick off here, wow, that was beautifully done from the side of Deus Vult. Evos Legends, they are on the retreat here, but Masha once again will be on the top side, will be splitting off the push here. Luminaire just got the anti-Q res, and will he be able to tank through this assault from the side of Deus Vult?
Yeah, they just need some breathing room. Like, Evos Legends are so close to getting their third items on their core members, and I think that's where they can sort of change the game. Deus Vult, they need to profit off of this Lord. If they don't, or at least get an inhibitor off of it.
Yeah, it might be a little bit far-fetched here, but like I said, Evos Legends, they are experienced enough to defend against this. They just need to go for that lucky pick-off here. In this case here comes the Shadow Mask available from side of Sawo. Unfortunately, gets scouted out from the meteor showers of Wrecked.
I kind of feel like the courage build would have been a little bit better, only to get that extra movement speed for the team. But to each their own, their preferences. I personally just don't like Shadow Mask.
Yeah.
And Zeka, again, the 1v1 of the century continuing on, but again, he has the Endless Battle, he has the damage. Korra is just trying to run it out. Zeka is not going to let him go through. He still has to charge a Shunpo. Dashes forward. Ooh, but Aura does get the passive off. Misses that third hit. He's going to turn this around. He isn't able to auto-attack. Aura goes down. Oh my goodness, that was the closest 1v1 ever.
Oh, that was definitely a nice bait there coming from Deus Vult. If you think about it, he tried to buy time coming from Aura, and then Zeka uses him and bait for his team to actually close the gap and takes him out of the kill. Because now, without Aura in the picture here, Deus Vult is able to potentially close up this game here. But now Tier 2 is coming in. Here comes the last Insanity popping up Deus Vult and thinking about closing the game. But from the side, one gets scouted out instead. Here comes the falling Samun with the Esmeralda. And they get not just one, not two, but three players in the back on top of the Masha early on.
But the problem is they still won't be able to kind of push the waves in. They haven't netted themselves a profit. They're getting ahead. They're 42k, but they still haven't broken that inhibitor.
Yeah, but the Lord was kind of taken off as well. Aura just baiting the entire team from Deus Vult to allow Evos Legends to just defend against this. But it's not over yet. Tier 3s are exposed and they will eventually get the inhibitor. Immortal getting forced out. Here comes the last Insanity from the side of Donkey. Divine Judgment missing on the whip here. Savo not going to be able to use it yet here. He still has the Divine Judgment apparently.
They have to hold on a little bit longer. Harris just spawned, but now they're in trouble. Salvo gonna be broken down. Star move fall, almost picks up Donkey. They're trying to turn this around and end the game, but again, Sunset has a full backline exposure. He's killing them one by one. They need a wave. Top side, Cho wasn't even in the fight. They trade kills again. Rex is in trouble. He gets hit by the Way of the Dragon. Doesn't die just yet. Circle wasn't able to get that last auto. Sunset misses the ultimate here, but they dropped out of the 7-4. Sunset's gonna die. Oh, what a fight!
What a fight indeed. Triple kill for Warner. And not to mention as well, Sunset was focusing on that crystal. And because he was focusing on the crystal, he did not dish out the damage here. But let's take a look at the replay once again in that team fight. You can see overextensions coming in from Death's walls here. Evos that just baiting their way through. But as soon as the creep wave, last creep was taken out, you can see Deus Vult, they overextended their state because they know. You can see Rectus clearing the creep wave, immediately taking tower, focusing the fire onto the ground, which are fantastically done.
Yep, and Sunset, he just needed to land one stack of that Death Stenata. That would have instantly allowed him to hit the second one and get a free kill. But this game has just become way more exciting. Oh no! This is the first time he makes it out. The Force, he pops it out. He can turn this round. QP, he's in trouble. He can't get out of there. He's stuck in the middle. The Chrono dashes. Donkey, he survives. They're pulling him by with a flicker as well, but they're gonna keep on fighting. Little Happy is gonna be going down. Zerka needs to turn this around. He sees his dead members and he pulls away 3-0 in favor of Evos.
Wow!
He lands the final one that mattered.
What was that? Not the final Death Sonata with the Creed out of nowhere. Evos Legends, it seemed to be game there. They thought they could have caught the catch onto his Esmeralda just because he did not have the buffs, but now they lost that here. What a salvage coming in from the Granger. Lord is pretty much exposed, but Rex Zeka going to go for the fight here. Here comes the Way of the Dragon. Can he take him down in time? He gets the pop as well with the Blade of Despair, but the Lord will get secured from the Masha. They lose 4 members from the side of Evos Legends here. Deus Vult, they are making the comebacks now.
Worth it. That was so worth it. They trade 4 members off. They don't have anybody to push with Lord together. They're gonna have Donkey, they're gonna have Juan, but I don't think that's gonna be enough to allow them to get ahead. Sunset is fully stacked. He just needs to land those Death Sonatas. I don't know, in clutch moments he seems to be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Just with the last hits, but again, so much damage, he just needs one to make it through.
That's the best, most romantic Sunset we've ever seen in the history of Mobile Legends.
Donkey,
because why? No, Donkey, you're in trouble. Can he able to survive this here? He's got a quit wing. Unfortunately, a little bit overextension here, but now Evos Legends, they're still on the retreat here. They are on full defense mode. They have to buy time, and fortunately for them, they're gonna buy a little bit of time with the Immortal, but the pause, oh
no! I feel like a child, but God, I need to see the end of it. I need to know what happens.
I know. That was intense. That was crazy, honestly speaking.
Honestly, looking at Deus Vult right now, like let's take a breather and really appreciate that these guys coming in from a qualifier, from an M1 qualifier.
Oh yeah.
They don't have a professional league. They are crushing it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I like how the timings of them was just fantastic. They saw those decision makings here, and you talk about mistakes, right? Like you saw how Deus was able to win the first tempo fight where they Evos Angel was kind of caught out of opening here, where they killed one guy and then they just went in for the Divine Judgment for the second guy who seems to be a passerby coming from Evos Legends, and because of that, they were able to just pull him back and then just take him all out. And from then they snowballed their way through. And then Evos they just made a little bit small comeback in the middle fight later on before they actually secured the Lord. Where they actually caught off the Esmeralda from side Deus Vult, and then when they took out the Esmeralda, just because he did not have the buffs, in that team fight he wasn't able to just punish his way through, just snowball his way through into us building up this stack shield here, and that was what allowed, I think it was Rekt well, sorry, it wasn't wrecked. It was the Harry just go out of control from side of Evos Legends.
Yeah, agreed. Man, it kind of shows that Evos Legends, they're not, impervious to making mistakes. They're not, God King Zeus here to kind of just blow through everything. They do bleed, they do make mistakes, and teams can take them on even from an open qualifier. Like, can you imagine if Deus Fall was in a different group, like, let's say Group B, that would make it even, like, an even better group to watch, because they might have been able to qualify this time around, but they're in such a difficult group in Group D and are performing phenomenally. Like, oh man, it's so unfortunate.
Yeah, and at the same time, that was pretty much the gameplay here coming from them. And I'm a little bit curious here to see how they're going to be playing this out here, because as of now, the positioning wise, it's definitely a tough spot for both these teams. Like, Evos Legends, they have one game advantage here, but Deus Vult, they're playing for their tournament lives right now. Like, they have to take one game here if they want to stand a chance to play into the playoff, at least. And then just take like one games all the way through in the next few games. And then that's pretty much them. They're in.
Exactly, and I think that's the point. Once you come into round 2 of the round robin, it's like you gotta get after winning a 2-0, you gotta get that second 2-0, and you pretty much almost secured yourself a position in the playoffs. Then it's after that, the next game is just to decide whether or not you make it into the upper bracket or the lower bracket here. But so far, these games have been absolutely ridiculous. Both teams are playing top-notch Mobile Legends. Let's see whether Deus Fall can actually close out this game, because I think one of their weaknesses is trying to close out this game. At the very end there, we saw that the Granger had to make a decision whether or not to end the game, and that siege minion was there for a long period of time.
Oh, yeah.
The team could have turned to look and force them in a position where, hey, you have to clear this minion. If not, we're going to end the game, and when you're doing that, I'm just going to chunk at your health total.
Definitely. Yeah, I like how they're fighting for Mother Russia right now, and as of now, they are representing Russia, and this is their tournament life, and this is a make or break here. You can see the intensity of the moment from these phases here, but I feel like this pause break may be affecting the entire momentum for both these teams here, but whoever recovers and gain back their momentum and just transition into games right away, this is where things are going to be a little bit better. Like this, whoever recovers first, this is where we're going to see who is the better team out of both teams here.
Yeah, and we're just going to have to wait and see. Both teams taking their time, taking a little bit of a break, relaxing, thinking about the game, thinking how they can play a little bit better. But It looks like the game is going to continue on. Luckily, we weren't in a crucial moment. Let's see how Deus Vult wants to end this against Evos Legends.
Yep, and speaking of which here, on the defense here is going to be Evos Legends. How will they do this here? Luminaire is going to buy a little bit of time here, but it seems to me that pause break here has calmed a little bit nerves here. We won't see a little bit intense moments yet, but nope, I was wrong because Savo made a mistake. He gets stunned here. Divine Judgment will not make it here, but he will get popped up with the first immortal. Here comes the wall charge available, and tier 3 pretty much get down. Mega kill from the Marsha. Evos Legends going to be cutting from the backlines here, unfortunately, and they will disengage here because why? They get not one, but two in the back, and this is what I'm talking about here. One pass break, calms the nerve, makes a mistake, gets punished. But great attempt there coming from Luminaire to pick up steam, catching off Savo in the process before he actually popped the Divine Judgment.
I think arguably Savo was very close to actually picking up one there. Like, he was just an inch away. Had he had like a millisecond more, that Divine Judgment would have landed. I mean, they lose their immortalities, and that's going to be quite big for Evos Legends because they don't have to worry about killing them a second time coming into the upcoming team fight. But again, death timers are still relatively a little long, but not long to the point that it's game breaking.
Yeah, definitely here. The Lord has just revealed the cooldown timer here, but Evos Legends did thinking about closing the games here, but now on the full reset here from side of Deus Vult.
Oh wow, both of them decide. I just noticed that they took the emblems. Just pull yourself together. Like, oof. Both of them took it. That's why their death timers were like so short.
Yeah, definitely here, and because of that they were able to actually kind of defend against this. But seeing how things are going here, we see the breastplate being secured from the side of Luminaire, so he's going to be a really sneaky player right now, a sneaky tank, slippery one in this regards here, as you can see also the anti-Curas being picked up from side of Donkey. So this tank, Xbox here, is going to be super tough to kill just because he has so much lifesteal to work with. But Spellbind available. Donkey does have the Immortal. He's trying to bait this out here. Divine Judgment not going to be committed here, but instantly last insanity. The Fear Armor gets person down, and Donkey will be focused down, and he's trying to buy a lot of time here. Unfortunately, he will power the first Immortal, but at the same time, the Harif is just going hammer here. Donkey is still not dead. They're trying to focus down a little happy. Will they be able to do this here? Sunset just doing so much damage, but Aura from the side, diving their way through, and they are not going to be committing this fight here as they get not one, but two once again here. But Luminaire is not over yet. Here comes the stun, but no, gets bursts down from Sunset immediately. Overextension, Evos Legend, but the burst from Changa, wrecked. Oh no, they got wrecked. Here comes one, double kill for him.
He was overconfident with his damage there. He thought he could get that initial kill onto Rek, but Rek was ready. He popped his shield instantly the moment he saw him rondo in. It did a lot of damage, sure, but that shield absorbed so much of it.
What a play here. Let's take a little recap as well. You can see Deathball, they were committing towards Donkey for quite some time. They bought the Immortal as well, but at the sides, one was just cutting the backlines here, destroying the choke, going for the backlines, and just also taking the rest of the members from the side of Deus Walls. And there was a play there coming from Rex right there.
Yeah, this is becoming an extremely tough game, but luckily pull yourself together. The timers are just so slow. So short. The Evos Legends, like, they don't have a lot of time to try and punish the Lord. They're already back up. The tanks are like, all right, I'm back up. Let's do this one more time, boys.
Yeah, one on that Harif was just crazy out of control right now. Deus Walls, they have no answer for it. We talked about Esmeralda timing, right? This is Harif's timing right now. Koopy, he needs to be the super tanky mode right now, and it seems to me they can't seem to do it here. But one, they want to dive on the Happy again. This strong, he's gonna get punished here. He's all by himself. The wall charge is there. Whereas the salvage here, Koopy does have a little bit shield to stack out his way, but nope, gets reset it off, and he is back on. But like you said, the side lanes as well on the middle side. Cho is gonna be pushing down from the side of Deus Walls. The Lord is gonna be up for contestment. Evos Legends, how will they do it?
Why didn't they take Lord? Why didn't they take Lord? I can't understand. I guess they didn't have the information. They don't know how many members actually went to deal with Zerko, but they get the catch onto Luminaire. Luminaire is in trouble. He's going to take quite a bit. Falling Star Moon comes down, but again, everybody's going in. Donkey last insanity chunks them out. They get the first initial kill, but again, they're in a lot of trouble.
One from the side gets caught up.
He's turning in. QP goes down. He's going to turn this around. The Simon Force is just enough to cut everybody one by one with the Chrono Dashes, as well as the fissures. Zeka, can he get the kick? Yes, he does. He killed. Oh, he can't even follow up. He has to use that flicker, and now Aura has a free kill on his head. Sawo, he needs to turn this around, and Sunset are already in position. They call it off. They're like, we're done. We've traded enough. That's too many lives. Sunset gets the first initial death. Sonata here. They're going to try and pick up Aura. This could be a big kill.
Ooh, that was a close one indeed here. Deus Walls could have committed that fight here, but what a clutch there from Sawo with the Divine Judgment cutting up the side. Things would have went south for Deus Walls, but now once again they're trading 50-50s. Evos Legends, they're making the biggest comeback in the history of Mobile Legends, but can they do it though? 21 minutes, 50-50. All inhibitors destroyed from the side of Evos Legends. Lord is going to be the up for grabs here. Who will contest the Lord? But at this stage here, will the Lord actually help out though?
I mean, Lord is going to be, especially in Lord scales, it gets stronger every single time it comes back to life. It respawns, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Zeka just bought the Malefic Roar. He's going to be chunking out everybody he touches. So they've got to be super careful not to get one shot by Zeka. And Aura, he needs to land the disarm onto key targets like Zeka as well as Sunset.
Yep, at the same time, Donkey, they have reset their Immortal. They want to contest this here. Lord has 3 bars there, but the Divine Judgment cancels onto a Donkey. Luminaire is in some trouble, but here this Baxia is so tanky, but from the backline, they won't burst them all down. Donkey's gonna try and fight this off. Koopy gets taken down as well from one, and they're going up. Bananas one, he wants more blood, he wants more, he wants 2, he's got 2, but now can he get more? And this ball, they will disengage because right now, the Masha is gonna be focusing on the Lord right now from Evos Legends.
How is Baxia still alive? Aura can solo this. The rest of Evos just need to cover his back. Lord is going to go into the hands of Evos Legends here, but my God, how in the world is Baxia still alive? You got Divine Judgment, you got Way of the Dragon, and he still had a sliver of health to survive.
They still have the Lord and Immortal available up on Evos Legends here. Deus Walls, it's all or nothing right now. The Lord is going to be knocking towards the tier, the Crystal of Deus Walls. Can they defend against this here? Rock Potion up on Donkey, but pretty much full items up on every single players here now. Uh-oh, Zika going for the way of Dragon. Aura, round 5, baby. But this time, Aura will be the victor here. His damage is insane. Deus Vult, you're overcommitted here. No Cho available. The Lord is still knocking onto the crystals. Evos Legends, how will they do it? The greatest comeback in the history of Mobile Legends. They're doing it. Can they find this here? Boxel starting this off. Lil Helpy will get bursted down from Donkey. They're going in. Here comes the Esmeralda. Goopy will get shut down. Oh no, they're losing it. And the crystal 2-0 for Evos Legends.
Well played. Just well played. It came down to one mistake from Deus Vult. Zika got too confident and he wanted to win for the final time. He wanted to show Aura that he was the better fighter player. Goes for a 1v1, but the matchup is not in his favor, especially this late into the game. He